Bam, right, let's open some packs. So I decided to go for a box of Arcane Rising. Obviously we can't open all of this today. Our budget is half of a box. So I bought a box so we can open the second half another week. But I thought it would be good to get an actual box. It really maximizes our chances of getting Majestics, of getting super cards, and also we've got a much higher chance of getting a Legendary by opening a sealed box. Obviously a case would be best, but case is way out of our price range. So we're just going to go for the box today. We're going to try and see what we can open. We're looking for, so some key cards are Art of War, which is really good in Chain. Command and Conquer, which would be just a nice card to finish on, just a good card. And a few more of the Runeblade cards would also be really nice. And a few extra bits and pieces, like it would be really nice to have another copy of Ravenous Rabble. And the other thing, of course, is that we want to eventually make a classic constructed deck, so we will need 3 ofs, so we're going to have to open more Arcane Rising at some point to get the 3 ofs of the Runeblade cards that we want. So why not do it now? And the UK C&C League, Classic Constructed League, is coming up soon. And we want to try and play the sealed deck in that, so we need at least a serviceable deck for that. So that should be 12 packs. We'll obviously save the rest for later, put them to one side. Watch me only open, not open any Majestic cards now because they're all in the other half of the pack. But so we've got 3, 6, 9, 12 packs in total. So let's put them up there and let's just get stuck in and see what we get. So we got some good cards from Monarch, some things like Blue Seeds of Agony and some of the Shadow Runeblade cards that weren't in the Blitz pre-built deck. So we're really looking for some good quality generics, and just generally, Lead the Charge Blue is a possibility, so we'll put that to one side. We'll put all the cards I think that are a possibility in the 3 in the middle, so we'll go blue. Achilles, for the Arknight. Okay, immediately, this was one of the cards that we were missing, that we wanted to pick up. So we didn't get any Oath of the Arknight last time, so this is a really good pickup for us. It's just a buff card that creates a rune chant token, but it blocks for 3, so it's like a more expensive Come to Fight that creates a rune chant token, but that additional bit of damage might be really good. And the next card is a Take Aim, so still don't think we're going to go Ranger, but we'll see. If we do manage to get lucky enough to pick up the legendary equipment, then we might do. But for now, I think we're sticking with Chain. So yeah, Blood Spill Invocation and a Rune Flash there. I will put all the Runeblade cards in just here on the weapon slot, but I'm not sure necessarily that we're going to play any of those. Lead the Charge Blue, I'll put any decent generic cards on the left there. So token, so we've got a Moon Wish, Push the Point Blue, Vigor Rush Yellow, Ravenous Rabble Yellow. If either of these had been red, that would have been good. Amplify the Arknight red might be an interesting option for us in our CC deck if we want to tech against Prism, so we need to bear that in mind. And then we've got Fervent, Sunkiss Red, Rifting Yellow, Moonwish, Talismanic Lens, another Stir. So we've got 3 red Stirs now, that's kind of good. Oh my gosh, wow, okay. Do we really need to consider what we got here? Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, I don't believe it. No one's gonna believe this. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't believe it. Wow, I was literally about to say, should we go Wizard? And then we just opened the Graft. The chances of that are I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Oh my god. Right. Grasp of the Arknight. Wow, okay. So I guess we put that like here. That is, oh my god, I don't believe it. No one's gonna believe it. I honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say at all. The chances of that are so low, so low. And we got we got 2 Sonic Booms now and 3 Stirs, but put them just to put the Majestics to one side. Maybe that 3. Oh my god! Like the chances of getting a legendary from one box is what, 1 in 4, and then the chances of getting the one legendary that you need for your hero that you're playing is 1 in 5. And doing this on camera for this series as well. Oh my god! Right, let's crack on. But that really opens, as you can imagine, really opens up a lot of options for us. So let's go through the rest, see what else we get. We've got 1 Majestic, so there's a decent. This was only half the box as well. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Oh yeah, and then we get Blue Come to Fight, Red Ravenous Rabble, 2 cards we really need. Back Alley Breakline, Leader Charge Yellow's not too bad. No Room Boots, Take Cover, Ariana's Prayer. Oh, and a No Room Robe in foil. That's nice. I'm actually missing this from my my main deck, so that's pretty cool. Still hyped over that pull. Oh my gosh. Let's put the Oath to the Arknight on top of the rest, and let's put the Grasp in the middle there. Oh my gosh! I just don't think everyone's just gonna think that this is completely staged. I 100% guarantee you that was as much as a surprise to you guys as it was to me. I'm just ecstatic. This is crazy, right? Foresight, Fervent, Vigor Rush Blue, Push to Point Red, Bullseye Braces, an Ether Spindle, another nice wizard card. I mean, it's not happening now. Oh, and a foil Majestic. As if this pack couldn't get any better. Obviously, probably not one we're going to play, but a foil 3 of a kind. It's pretty good because it probably means there's another regular Majestic out there in the box, so that's pretty nice. So we'll stick that with the Sonic Boom. Move my Northern Robe up so you can see it. Yeah, Northern Robe Rainbow Foil was the only Northern I was missing Rainbow Foil for in my main deck, my non-sealed deck that I still have. So pretty cool. Pick that up. Cadaverous, Ravenous, Fateful Seam Blue, Fervent Forerunner, Mage Master Boots. So we didn't get a Mage Master Boots the last time we did this. So actually, we could do something. That's an interesting card that I can see. We could do something with Mage Master Boots in terms of non-attack actions that don't have Go Again. Could be something we consider, but I think Snaps is just going to be better in pretty much all instances. But I'll put that in the generic pile just in case, because we haven't pulled one yet. Ignition Nodes, yeah, no good. Oh, and nice, right, so you might think, why would we need this card? The Ninth Blade of the Blood Oath. There are uses for it. We can also, it's a yellow card in Runeblade that blocks for more than 6, so that's quite good against Prism in CC. So it's nice to have a copy of this. I don't know how many we're going to run. You very rarely would actually be able to play this out because it's obviously costs 9, but there are uses for it, so it's quite good that we picked this one up. So let's put that in our pile of Runeblade cards just there. I mean, we can't really ask for much more. I should have just stopped opening the rest of the packs when we pulled the Grass. Okay, Moonwish, Sunkiss, Vigor Rush Red, nice. A nice little Vigor Rush Red that can go in our generic pile. I really liked Vigor Rush Red when we played it. I just thought, because you're planning, you know, you want to play non-attack action cards anyway, so it's good to have that. Fervent Forerunner, don't need No Room Robe, Silver the Tip, Ether Sink, and a Foresight yellow foil. Yeah, or Read the Runes Red, kind of nice. Amplify the Arknight Red, could go if we want to really hard against Prism. Let's move on, we're more than halfway through now. Let's crack on. Death Dealer Token, Ravenous Rival Red, yes, we've got 3 of those now, that's fantastic. Push to Point, Rifting, Cadaverous, No Room Boots. Oh, a Spellblade Assault Red, another card that we really wanted to pick up a couple of copies of. just, you know, 2 cost deal 4, create 2 rune chance, pop for 3 is actually kind of nice. And obviously we can give it go again with chain, which is pretty cool. Oh, and another Oath of the Arcane blue. That's quite a nice blue for the deck. I think we'd probably rather run the blues than necessarily the yellows and the red. Just get maximum value out of a blue pitch card that we can actually play out for a couple of rune chants too. So 2 Runeblade rares there in that pack, really nice. And then let's move on to, I think we've got 4 packs left. So let's crack on. Yes, another red Fateful Scene and another red Come to Fight. That's really good. So that is going to be really good if we decide to build the CC deck. The thing is, with the Majestics from Arcane Rising, a lot of the Runeblade Majestics are Viscerai specializations. Or some of them are anyway. So we're not too disappointed if we don't pull those. Really what we wanted was the grass when we managed to get that. Back Alley, Rifting, Sunkiss, Leader Charge red, yep, possibility there. Stick that in the pile. Talismanic Lens, okay, Spellblade Assault yellow, we might run that if we don't get another blue. A Reduced to Rune Chant blue, again, we still haven't had a Reduced to Rune Chant red. It would be quite nice to pick one of those up. Give us some options. Throttle, Hamstring Shot, Overloop, Ridge Rider Shot, Throttle, Voltic Bolt, Drawn to the Dark Dimension, and an Ether Flare. So down to the last 2 packs now. I mean, it's obvious that this has gone well, but but even in spite of the amazing card that we've pulled, we've got some really good generics that we were looking for and a couple of good rares too, so that's really nice. Another Vigor Rush red that could go in the CC deck. Cadaverous, Back Alley Break Line, Push the Point, another Mage Master Boots, Pedal to the Metal. Oh, a Lesson in Lava, interesting. So we are getting, you know, some alright wizard cards. I think it's just we don't have the... I'm not sure how successful your wizard deck can be without the wizard boots. Like, obviously it's amazing to pick up the Grasp, but we don't need the Grasp of Chain. It just improves the deck quite a bit by giving us some extra block and some rune chant utility. So yeah, that's the way it goes. So last pack, let's see what we get. I mean, can't get any better really, can it? Unless, you know, an Art of War, maybe an Art of War would be pretty sweet. I think I can't really ask for any more, can I? Okay, so Fateful Scene, Foresight, Come to Fight yellow, Whisper the Oracle red, Rest of the First Fist, Take Aim, Ariana's Prayer, and a blue Sturdy Aetherwind foil. And then from the commons, a red Rune Flash and a red Spellbone Strike. Nice. Well, so not bad. 12 packs to be said. In fact, incredible 12 packs. So obviously the Grasp is huge, but before we get stuck into that, we got a red Vigor Rush, red Leader Charge is a possibility, Whisper the Old Gods, another red Come to Fight, another red Fateful Scene, we got our Ravenous Rabble red, another red Vigor Rush, Leader Charge, so we got 3 Ravenous Rabble reds, our 3 Vigor Rushes, and some nice other cards to just sort of round us up a bit more. If we do go to CC, which we are planning to do. Then we'll look at the Runeblade cards. So in terms of the key ones, we've got the red Spellblade Strike, the red Amplify the Arknight, yellow Spellblade Assault, probably would have preferred another red, Oath of the Arknight blue, very good. We've got 1 red Spellblade Assault, that's good. Amplify the Arknight red, another red Read the Runes, the 9th Blade of the Blood Oath for CC, Oath of the Arknight yellow, probably would have preferred another blue one, but that's fine. We'll probably still put that in the Blitz deck. And yeah, the rest are kind of more situational. I'm not sure that if we would run them or not. So we'll put them to one side as well. And then in terms of the cards that were just interesting cards that aren't really relevant for the deck, we've got a Lesson in Lava and a Sonic Boom and a 3 of a kind. So we've got 2 Majestics, 1 foil, 1 non-foil, and 1 super. So it kind of suggests that in the other half of this box there's probably 1 more Majestic and 1... Oh no, we've got 2 supers, so probably 2 more supers and 1 Majestic, which is nice, makes it worth opening the other half of the box. And a 3 of a kind foil probably wouldn't take the slot of another Majestic, though it might do. Kind of cool that we got a 4 Majestic and a Legendary. I don't know if that normally happens that often. Stick them over there. Got the Nullrune Hood in foil, which is exciting for me because I was missing that card. But of course, the real standout is the Grasp. I don't believe it. I don't feel like you're going to believe it either, but I just bought this box online. I opened it on camera, I guess. it's real, and I can't believe it. The chances are so low. It is so lucky, and it's such a big improvement to the deck. But I feel like this is how it could work in reverse. Like, you could pull this card and then decide to go out and buy the changed Blitz deck or the Arcane Rising packs to build the deck based on pulling a legendary like this. It's almost like we've done it in reverse. And I think it's expected that you will get a legendary at some point, even if you're starting from the beginning. Getting the legendary for the class you want to play doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's amazing, and this card's going to really improve the deck, and wow, this is going to take us to the next level. So absolutely fantastic to pick this up. Yeah, I don't believe it. Wow. Okay, thanks everyone. Let's move on to the next segment. Okay, hi everyone. So we've got a few new cards. We managed to win a few packs of Monarch. We managed to open 12 more packs of Arcane Rising using our budget for this week. The Arcane Rising pack budget was from this week, and the Monarch prizes were from the previous week. But I've only really just got round to sitting down and looking at the deck again and changing what was a relatively successful. Well, it was a successful deck. We won 3 games with it, but we need to add the new cards, and we want to keep improving the deck as much as possible. And I love to tinker with the deck. So what I thought I'd do is to start by showing you the cards that were kind of near misses, or like the cards that look good but I ended up not putting in the deck, and then also some cards that I removed from the deck. So let's just get these all in the right order. So let's look at the cards that I thought would work, but then decided not to include. Just make sure that's all in the right order for you. Okay, so let's start. So we got a couple of Spellblade Assaults, a yellow and a red from the packs of Arcane Rising, the new packs of Arcane Rising. I did put these in. I thought they were a little bit too expensive for what we're doing at the moment. They may make it into a CC deck. Come to Fight Blue was a really good card, but I just think I wanted to lower the number of blues, and there's a couple of reasons for that which we'll get into. But I decided to remove one Come to Fight Blue. I think we might still have one in there. We'll double check that in a second. Sonata, it was like the only Runeblade Majestic that we opened from our packs of our, Monarch, but I just don't think it's serving a purpose at the moment. As fun as it would be to put it in the deck, I just don't think that we need it right now. Maybe if we get another copy we could consider it, but that's not made the cut. And then we've got Oath of the Arknight Blue, which we opened. A good blue, it blocks for 3. I didn't think now was the right time to put the oaths in. If we manage to open a few more oaths in the future, maybe another blue or a red maybe, we might consider that as one of our non-attack actions. But I think I just prefer our non-attack actions to be really cheap. So if we have to play them, we can without expending resources. So Oath of the Arknight Blue didn't make the cuts. And then we have the cards that were in the deck. You can see were all red-sleeved, that I decided to cut. I got rid of the 2 blue Rifted Torments. I wanted to cut down the number of blues in the deck, and also the number of 2-cost cards that if we banish, we kind of need to play to prevent blood debt. So I decided to remove the Rifted Torment blues, and the same goes for the Piercing Shadow Vice. The same reason. If you banish this off the top, you kind of want to play it to prevent blood debt, but it's quite expensive, and 2-cost deal 4 if you deal arcane damage, but a lot of people are very wise to that and will block out the arcane damage rather than the physical. So I decided to just cut those. We did run 1 Spellblade Assault in the previous deck. I've taken that out. I just think it's a little bit too expensive for what we want to do, and again we're cutting the number of blues. Lead the Charge Yellow just underperformed in the deck. I thought we might be able to play it out to give a card go again, but it just didn't really end up being used for its main purpose. I was blocking with it or pitching it, so I decided to cut it. Read the Runes red was fun, but I just don't think you kind of need to give this go again with Chain's ability, and it's maybe just not what you want to be doing. We're trying to go a bit wider now, so I think having these taller cards, because this is kind of like a +3 to your next attack, I'm not as keen on, so I decided to cut the red Read the Runes. I cut one blue Riftbind. I just want, again, reducing the number of blues in the deck, so I decided to just cut one blue Riftbind, and we'll look at what we've replaced that with in a minute. We cut 2 red Come to Fights. I just prefer my reds, I think, to be attack action cards. I would rather run a 1 cost 3 damage Go Again attack than a 1 cost +3 attack, non-attack. So the Come to Fight reds didn't quite make the cut. And then also the blue Read the Runes for a similar reason to before, cutting blues, and also we don't really want to be giving this Go Again. And then for equipment pieces, we cut Null Rune Hood because we were running the Runeblade hat that already has Arcane Barrier 1, so we didn't need it. And we've cut Braces of Belief. If you've already seen the pack opening, you'll probably know why. So let's look now at the actual deck and what has made it in. So just to give you an idea, kind of a visual representation, the cards in red are from the old deck, and the cards in black are new cards. So you can see we actually have quite a few new cards, but it's still the majority of the old deck is in there. The red cards are the old deck, so that's pretty good. Even if you remove let's just remove the equipment. To show you that even clearer. So this is the actual main deck, and you can see there's a good chunk of new cards. You can see they're mostly in the blue slot, and we'll get into that. But we've got a few new reds as well. So let's start with the equipment. We're still running Chain. Obviously, one of the biggest new additions is the Grasp of the Arknight. This is just going to be great for blocking, so we want to be using this to block for 2 and block for 1. Just a really nice pickup, and we can also use it to create a rune charm. It's just a great card. It's going to be better than any other arm piece that we can run. We could build a Stubby Hammerers build for Chain, but I just think having armor and blitz is so good. Having armor even in Classic Constructed is really good, and just this 1 per turn action, if we are stuck with nothing to do, we can always make a rune charm, and that's something, and try and come back big the next turn. Crown is still in there for our Arcane Barrier. Null Rune Robe is in there too. Null Rune Boots, Null Rune Gloves. Oh, apparently we've got 2 Null Rune Robe. That's because we managed to pick a foil version of Null Rune Robe, so let's toss that one out. We should just have Null Rune Robe with nice shiny instead. We do have the Stubby Hammerers in there just to make up the slot. There are certain situations maybe when we might run this over Grasp, but I think we're always going to run Grasp. Snapdragons is in there, always good. Aether Ironweave, always good. And Ebb and Fold really performed in the games we played. Ebb and Fold, I mean, we don't have a replacement for it. We could, if we were really lucky and pulled a Skullcap, that would be our decision to make, but I've been talking to a couple of Chain players and they really like this Ebb and Fold card, so I think we'll keep it for now. And then we've got Galaxy Black and Nebula Blade just holding down the weapon slots there. So let's put that to the right hand of Chain, and let's look through the deck. So we still have 1 Riftbind blue, we did cut 1, and we still have 1 Come to Fight blue, again we did cut 1. We've got 2 copies of Whispers of the Oracle. This card is fantastic in my opinion. It blocks for 3, it costs 0 to play, and you get to opt. I just think I love running 2. And as you can see, we've decided to put in the Minnowism Belittle combo. So I've got 2 blue Minnowisms. We'll see how this does in Blitz. I love the idea of being able to fetch this blue Minnowism and then pitch it and then shuffle it back into the deck and try and fetch it again in the future. So I think 2 is fine for now. We might consider going down to 1. It's just in case you banish 1, you can still use your Belittles to fetch it. We're running 2 Seeds now because we managed to get 2 Seeds of Agony Blue. Another card that we can play from the Banished Zone just to activate our cards that need a non-attack action to play. Arcane Crackle is still in there, but we did manage to pick up a Vexing Malice blue, so we've thrown that in the deck as a good quality blue. And before we press on, just to show you, we really have cut down the number of blues in the deck. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blues, so quite low on the blue count, and we'll see how that goes. We may need to put more in, but we'll see how it performs. Yellow, Dimensional Gateway, we didn't pull any blue ones, so I decided to just put the yellow one in. Again, we could just pitch that if we have to. 2 Seeds of Agony yellow, they were in the deck before. A Vexing Malice red, so we now run 2 Vexing Malice reds. We only got 1 in the Blitz deck, but we managed to get another red one, which is really nice. We're keeping the Fateful Scenes in. I just think they performed really well, and I like having them in the deck, and the Oct one is an extra bonus. Soul Reaping red, won us a game. It's going to stay in. Spellblade Strike red, I liked it. We played it out a couple of times. Just a good solid card. Life for Life red, still got 2 of them in there. I still think it's good. Because we don't have Razor Reflex, we just rely on these cards that can gain Go Again themselves rather than giving them Go Again with Razor Reflex to go really wide. Ghostly Visit red, again we've talked about how much I like this card. I just think it's a good quality card to put in. Unhallowed Rites, we now have 2 of them. 1 cost deal 4, can play from the Banished Zone. Allows us to put Seeds, a non-attack action with Blood Debt, which is Seeds of Agony, back in the deck if we've already played it out, to give ourselves more non-attack actions in the future. Quite like it. Decided to put 2 in. Let's hope we don't clog up our Banished Zone with these cards, because you do need to play a non-attack action card to play them. Same goes for Bounding Demagon, which we've kept in, and Riftbind red, which we've also kept in. And then we have, there's a lot of new cards here, so we've got 2 red Belittles to combo off the Minnowism. As an additional cost to play Belittle, you may reveal an attack action card with 3 or less base power, and if you do, you can search your deck for a card named Minnowism. So you can put that card into your hand, and then you can use that to pitch for further attacks. So rather than playing the Minnowism, you're really using it to pitch, and just gives you a bit more fuel to go really wide. So I've decided to put in 2 Belittle, and also 1/3 Go Again naturally without any fuss. It's not too bad. We'll see how it does. Dimensional Gateway red, opt 3, reveal, banish a card. It's kind of like draw a card if you want to play the card from the Banished Zone, so that's kind of nice. We've only got 1 though. Seeds of Agony red as before. Vigor Rush red, but we've now added a second one because I think it was a really good card. We always want to try and play like Seeds from the Banished Zone, and that makes Vigor Rush basically a leg tap. So we've got 2 of it now, and we now also have 2 Ravenous Rabbles because we managed to get a second one, and I really like Ravenous Rabble. And now that our deck is very red heavy and there's a lot less blues in it, I think we can rely on Ravenous Rabble going, hitting the reds more often and just being a 0 cost for Go Again, which is really what we want. And we can't run Scar because we don't have Scar for Scar. So that is the deck as it is now. We have a few tournaments coming up, but we probably won't be playing with the main deck for a little bit. We've got a few sealed decks coming up, hopefully getting some more cards to really improve the main deck, and we'll also look into having a classic constructed version of the sealed only deck as well, when we'll have to look at some of the cards we've opened and see how we can turn this 40 card deck into a 60 card and sideboard kind of deck. So that's going to be a real challenge, but I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just really happy with the way the deck is building up. Obviously we got super lucky with the Grasp of the Arknight. I would say Grasp of the Arknight, it's obviously an amazing pickup for the deck, but it's not going to make us overpowered. This isn't a Mask of Momentum, or it isn't a card that is going to completely define the way we play the game. This card is going to function as a 3 extra armor, a 2 block and a 1 block with Battle Worn, and a little bit of value generation with being able to create a rune chant for 2 resources, maybe on turn 1, maybe a little bit later in the game if it's something we need to do. It's something, but it's not you don't need this card. If we hadn't have got it, we'd still be fine. I think this deck would still be really, really good. We'd be running Stubby Hammers, we'd be running a 3 attack kind of build, and we're kind of doing that anyway. Obviously we got really lucky to pull such a relevant card, but I hope people don't think, oh, you just got really lucky and that's why you're having success. For one, we've not played with this deck yet, but for 2, I don't think it's as impactful as people might think it is, but it's a great card. Obviously, really happy that we got it. It's great to have a legendary in the deck, and we'll just have to take it from here, and maybe if we're lucky, we might get another legendary, like a Husk would be amazing, but for now, I think we're really content with what we've got, and I think we can build a really good Blitz deck and a really good Classic Constructed deck too. So yeah, let's crack on. So thank you for watching, everyone. We managed to pull some amazing cards, and I think we've built a pretty good deck. So we're going to take a weekend off, and then we're going to come back for 3 events in 3 days. That's going to be Gamers Guild, Dark Sphere, and a skirmish in Nottingham on Sunday. So we're going to put the deck to the test. We're going to play a couple more sealed events, going to build a few more cards. I think we're going to open the next 12 packs of Arcane Rising from the leftover of the box, and we're already building up to that skirmish on Sunday in Nottingham. So we're going to take the deck there with as much power as we can get from the packs we open, and we're going to try our best to top it. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. The next one will be out next week, so see you then. All the best. Bye. You just tell that I'm so terrible at outros. We got a grasp. It's huge. All right, see you guys later.